Hey guys, how's it going? June 25th, 2018, and I am back for a little bit more. I would actually be racing tonight, but I kind of hurt my left shoulder at work, so I think I just want to take it easy. I don't know what I did with it exactly, but there was some heavy, well, I shouldn't say heavy lifting, it was just stuff that was going on, and sure enough, I don't think I should be doing too much with it. It was kind of weird. I was fine today. It just so happened. I'm just getting myself comfortable here. I wasn't too sure if what was available or whatever, but this is much more relaxing than trying to manhandle a steering wheel. It's just a left shoulder. I don't know. I'll be fine. Okay, so I'm going to try to continue the experiment with the hump. It looks like the one hump job that I had started the other night did get finished. So at the time the trim wasn't available, so it looks like I'm okay tonight. There shouldn't be any conflicting. What happened was the trim job was up at the same time that the hump was, and it conflicted because I needed to go for the trim and I couldn't. But it didn't matter anyways because time was running low. But tonight I got a lot of time, so I'm assigned to it now, and I'm gonna try it again because it was working. What one? Okay, never mind. I think I'm back up here, right? I don't know where my hump power is. Is it down here? Oh, here it is. Okay. Now, there's only one train left, and that's an R7. Let me double check if that is indeed that. First of all, let me make sure that I am assigned to it. Oh. It's an AI train, okay. I'll relinquish it then. Now it's mine. Starting to get a little low on fuel. So, we'll see how things go tonight. Or this evening, or whatever. Okay, which one am I supposed to do? Oh, R9. R9 looks like it's done. I could have swore R9 was done. Okay. The only one I see is R7. There is no R9. Okay, I'm confused. Let me undo that. So the only one that's available is R7. I'm going to go into the Barstow tab for a second, even though it's locked. That would be slab bar. It looks like it's been humped. I don't know who did it, but somebody didn't. I don't see. I don't see it on here. Like, this is weird. So remove the power spot, and so Tim did that. Okay, Jerry's in there. Hang on a second. What's going on? Don't know what's exactly going on here, because as far as I can see, R9 has been humped. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not too sure what's going on there. R7 just looks like a... Oh, it's a Cargill train. Yeah, that ain't gonna be doing anything. Alright, well, I think there's a West Colton we can try. So let me relinquish that. Okay. So it looks like I'm going to have to do West Colton if I'm going to do... anything. Hump 108. That's the next one that's up there. So go to 108. Haha. Okay, let me go over to West Colton. Yeah, I was gonna say, it didn't seem like Tim to create an issue. Oh, I see. There you go. So we're still not too sure what's going on with it. See, he probably thought too that that was it, and then he probably accidentally removed the power from it, but that doesn't... the hump power was an AI when I grabbed it. Okay, let me go over to West Colton. There's not much I can do right now. Over there anyways. 108. Wasn't there an issue with switches or something? Or at least I thought there was. Oh, there's... Okay. Make sure these switches do work. Because I thought... Okay, they're working. So far. Looks like they're working now. Alright, where's the hump power? Question is, if I go straight down, will I run into... Oh, I'm fine. Okay, just want to make sure I can go straight down. Not that I need to, but I can go this way too, it doesn't really matter. I'd prefer to, actually. I should mark up for this because I really haven't yet. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. So I'll relinquish that when we're stopped. While we're doing that, I'll head over and sign myself up for that one. Okay. I'm taking a good look at the bowl. What do we got here that's overflowing? RV is going to be a tough one. What? How can that be? Shoot. Is that RVs on 2 tracks? That don't make a hell of a lot of sense. Alright, let me check the let's see what's going on there. That's a little weird. Pull configuration. That's interesting. So it's set for 214, but there's an extra track, which is interesting. I've never seen it do that. So 214, I assume is, well, I don't know. Can't say for certain. Am I going the right way? Probably not. 214. No, 214 is going to be like of course that's going to be the one that needs it, right? Yep. I don't know what's on the other side. I don't get it. Because there's a 215. There's and there's a 217. I have no idea what those are used for, to be honest. They could be extra ones. Let me just take a look at that and find out if it's a trim location. But well, I'm not worried about it yet. Let me just take a look at my train first, and then we'll figure that out. Let's see if I got a lot going to RV. Tulsa's, North Platte, Las Vegas, BNS Bell. I don't see any RVs. The chances are that's where this one came from, but yeah, it looks okay so far. We'll see how it works out. Oh, so as what often does happen on either a day that I think is going to go bad or whatever. It's usually better than I think it's going to be. So it turned out to be pretty good. Still have a few pending potential issues, but it's not too bad. As far as my mood, everything's changed again, so that's good. It's kind of weird because I got a night like Monday, which unfortunately I didn't realize how bad I hurt my shoulder. I'm not saying it's bad. I barely noticed it, but when I was sitting on the couch, that's where I noticed it. Like sitting in the office chairs, I don't seem to notice it. But I was comfortable and everything. I felt it earlier. And what happens is that I had a lot of heavy lifting for machinery parts, and basically that's what I bring in over from the States, and I'm in basically a cargo van, and I'm trying to lift it up onto a dock as opposed to, you know, having it right there. I have to lift upwards. Not only do I have to lift it upwards onto the dock, but I have to lift it up to a cart, and that can be a little bit of a stretch. And unfortunately, I think that's where I probably hurt it a bit. Nothing major, but there was a lot of them today, so I probably overdid it. Now, last time I had issues at West Colton, but I'm trying to remember whereabouts I was. And was I going 15 miles an hour? I can't remember if it was here that I tried it. I haven't tried doing the honk test here, but we'll do that once we reacquire here. But Barstow was working pretty good. Now, I heard something about some cars got mishumped or something. Now, I don't know if that had any... I doubt it had anything to do with me, but... anytime I hear something like that, I wonder. Notice it's doing that okay tonight. I don't know why here, but it just is. Still getting about the same as I would ping-wise. There's been no reboots on my computer. Nothing else has changed. So I don't know. I can do that anyways. Okay. Boy. Yeah, the west end of Barstow has got a lot of power hanging around, so I don't know. We'll see what happens when I get down to the other end. Yeah, for those of you wondering what the heck we're talking about that weren't watching last night, I was trying to hump Barstow, and I can't hear the horn now, so I can't really demonstrate it, but the normal toot toot was being delayed. And I suspected that what could be happening is that the engines are actually causing the issue, but I don't know. I'm not talking about the engines that are on my train, but the amount of engines that are in these yards. But I don't know for sure. I also suspected that, although I can't confirm, I suspect. Let me just hit the brake here for a minute. Want to know what track I need to. I think I have to go into the left one, but I'm pretty sure I do anyways. Oh, did he stop? Oh, he's rolling back. I heard it rolling again. I'm like, what the hell is it doing? Yeah. I'm gonna have to go down that ladder. Okay. But I suspected what had was happening. I'm gonna fly. I'm gonna fly just as if there's a controller in the tower here. So yeah, I suspect what's happening is that has to do with the resource loop, which is basically, think of how a computer basically will detect or try to detect when it you type in a command or a keystroke or something. So what happens is it goes through a resource loop that keeps checking. So for every frame that's appeared on the screen and everything, it goes through a resource loop that it just keeps on. That's why you get so many frames, is because it keeps on going back and evaluating or rewriting or doing whatever it has to do. Let me put the hump controller on. Okay. I'll ride this up a little further now that we got the switches set. Actually, let me go back in. So that little toot toot I could not do in Barstow last night. I can hear though. Not a problem. Again, I don't know what end the resource is, if it was on my end or if it was because there's too many engines or whatever. Barstow is a little bit different than West Colton, but at the same stroke, Waycross is different as well. Waycross, I'm not too sure if it started giving me issues when the bowls started getting... I'm pretty sure it did once the bowls started getting heavily populated, which kind of has the same number of draws, you know, as say an engine, which takes up a lot more resources in a car. Now, of course, it was 0300 last night too. Nights are usually much better than daytime due to no shadows, but lighting can affect resources as well, but still, I don't think that's an issue. So I believe I'm going down here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is a little bit different than most humps. You're basically going downhill the whole way. So I gotta play around with the dynamics. Not necessarily the dynamics. I can try the independent, see how well that works. It seems to be working okay. Yep. Took some pain med and it seems to be settling my, I don't know if it's pectoral, shoulder, or more, feels more pectoral than shoulder. I can't tell, which means it's settling down. You know, I can't even tell what it is. Like, really didn't pay too much attention to it. All I know I was in pain. Doing a test. Okay. Come to a complete stop as opposed to, there we go. Speeds just go wildly down at that end. Like I'm trying to maintain 1.5. I think they'll be better off with the dynamics. I'd have to go the other way. I'm getting screwed up. Thought I could use the dynamics, but yeah, they don't matter. So all I'm doing is tethering between brake chamber around 16 and 18 right now. Now down to 14. So far, so good. It's kind of like buyer beware right now. I know issues could begin at any point. I'm pretty sure I've had issues at West Colton too, so I'm not too sure why that would be the case, unless there was some maybe, I don't know, to be honest, engines nearby at the receiving. More shadows? I have no idea. Lack of resources on my half? Hard to say. So far it seems to be, like I said, it's running fairly smoothly. Of course, the cool thing about anytime you're doing something on the server in between sessions, you're really part of the system, because when you think about it, people don't realize it sometimes how much goes into making sure a train's running, and it's a teamwork. So we got 218 now. Let's bring it down to 11. Starting to drop the brake now. Wow, that sped up real quick. Slow down just as quick. I can't win. It's probably the most difficult yard there is to actually hump consistently. See, now I'm down to 0.3. I gotta release the brake, then I gotta bring it back once it speeds up again. Right around there. Hopefully I didn't slow it down enough, but I was speeding up too much, and then, come on. Is it too much? No, it's still climbing. Okay, now put it to 10, maybe 11. Yeah, there we go. See, now it's going too fast again. There, see if that works. It's like one little notch, one little pound of brake chamber is actually making such a big difference now because of the way the terrain becoming less. The horn's acting up again. I'll see what happens when it gets closer, but so it's not just engines, it's cars. And it's the hump itself. Because the hump takes a lot of resources. Used to be a memory. Do we still have that? I don't think we have that anymore. No. But that's exactly what's, in my opinion, is what's happening. Is you got so much AI taking place with the cars running down. Once they stop, it'll be interesting to see if it stops, if it goes back to normal. But and what's happening too is the calculations for the physics is changing. Because there was a time where I could only do 6-chamber brake, and then suddenly it's gone up. It's all over the damn place, really. I honestly, I don't know how it does it. And that kind of goes hand in hand with what I recall West Colton being at one time. There's no AI running trains anywhere else. See, now it's down to 0.3 again. But I needed that 12 brake chamber to get it to even respond. See, I'm down to 0.1. I'm totally stopped now. Pretty much. So I got to release it all. Get it. Look at that. It went from mile point. It was going 1 and all of a sudden it went to 0. I didn't do nothing. That time I did. Holy crap. I wish you can do the speed control going downhill, but you can't. Yeah, it's going too fast again. Now that should start keeping me within... Wait, slow down too much. It's hard to say what it's doing. Yeah, the horn is just totally... So you notice how it's slipping again. It was holding steady at 1.5. That drops to 1. See if it goes back up. Nope, it isn't going to go back up. Drop it to 7. I have a hard time getting it to come up. See, now it's all of a sudden picked up. It doesn't make any sense. It stays steady for a bit and then doesn't make much sense to me. Oh, whatever. adding down the throttle now. We'll see how that works. I don't think it will, but it might. So far, so good. Got to the point where I couldn't push it anymore, even with the grade. Although it seems like it's trying to take off again. It is. I can't win. Actually, you know, let me try something else. Let's try it this way. I'm gonna try a minimum set with some air, with like a little bit of throttle, and see if the throttle regulates it. Never thought of that. That seems to work much better. So maybe my technique was totally off. So I got a little bit of brake in the chamber, but I'm going with throttle notch 1, which should regulate the throttle to keep it. Yeah, learned something new after 5 years. I don't think I ever tried that. I don't recall anyways, or I don't remember doing it. Probably. Who knows? There's probably a YouTube video that I tried this already. Wow, that works perfect. So yeah, it keeps it right at 1.5. It struggles, but now I'm sure you'd have to play around with the chamber a bit, because at some point I don't know if there'd be enough throttle, but you know, hard to say. Yeah, still not doing it. I'll wait till it stops humping, and then I'll know. Yeah, it's working way better now, instead of me playing around with it the whole time. I think after this I might call it. My arm's feeling a little bit better. I might consider trying to race for a bit. Oh, I meant to check something. Let me try this again. Still having a hard time. Let me wait and see till it's connected here. So far it's just 51 that's not connected by the looks of it. Lots of engines over here, not too far away actually. Lots of engines. So I don't know if the engines have to do with it at that end or what. Just to be on the safe side, I'm waiting for these to all connect. Okay, still doing it right now. I'm going to try a couple experiments. One, I'm going to turn the hump controller off. Now let's try it. No. Alright. Let's try it from here. Notice that? There you go. Further you get away from the engines. I don't know if it's got the engines or the cars, to be honest. That's pretty good there. That's conclusive of at least the cars. It's got nothing to do with the hump controller. It's got to do with the engines or the cars or a combination of one or the other. That would take some experimenting, but something on my end is not liking that. And I will end the video there. I will put a recommendation into the post on the forum that if you want concrete proof of this, check it out. Now, I don't know if shutting down the engines or restarting the server. I would recommend a restart of the server because that'll shut all the engines down, and then see if it does it again. Now, mind you, I think it's gonna react differently for different people. I'm not sure if I get that same reaction. Everybody gets that reaction or not. But that is a resource issue. There's no other way around it. It's looping, and it's just not catching it. Which I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I'll just put my findings out there, and that's, you know. I used to hump no problem in Barstow, so I don't know what's going on there. But anyways, no issues with this hump. I stayed at 1.5 miles an hour. I was in the congested area, technically, because if I was right here, it'd be interesting to see if I hung around the engines what would happen. But who knows? Maybe if the cars start piling up closer to here, that it starts doing it. I don't know. Okay, so I'll relinquish that. And I'm going to call it for now. So that's it. I'll post my findings on the forum. Have a good one, guys. And I'll be on tomorrow night sometime. Talk to you later. And yeah, I'll be running the session, and we'll see what that... we'll see how these findings are met with, or what other people are seeing. So anyways, guys, have a good one. We'll talk to you later.